How do you find the coordinates of points placed in the four quadrants? Regardless of which quadrant a point is located, the value of the first coordinate is read on the x-axis, and the value of the second coordinate is read on the y-axis. The signs of the coordinates depend on the quadrant where the point is placed. Let's consider an exercise. You're asked to read the coordinates of these 4 points labeled A, B, C, and D. Let's start with point A. In which quadrant is it placed, and what are the coordinates? Point A is placed in the first quadrant, defined by positive values on the x and y-axis. That means that both coordinates of point A are positive. You've seen the first quadrant before, and the method here is the same as it always was. You read the first coordinate off the x-axis by moving down from A. You find the number 4. The first coordinate is often called the x-coordinate. Not surprisingly, as it is read off the x-axis. You read the second or y-coordinate by moving left from A. You get 3. So 3 is the y-coordinate of point A. If you're ever unsure about the order of the coordinates, just remember, x is before y in the alphabet. Now, let's consider point B in the second quadrant, which is the top left quadrant. Quadrant 2 is defined by negative values on the x-axis and positive values on the y-axis, which means that the first coordinate of point B is negative and the second coordinate positive. The nice thing is, you basically use the same method as for the first quadrant. The value of the first coordinate is read on the x-axis. So, moving down from point B, you find the number -5. Likewise, the value of the second coordinate is read on the y-axis. Move sideways until you reach the y-axis. The difference this time is you must move to the right. You find the number is 1. The coordinates of point B are -5, 1. Moving on to point C. Point C is in the third quadrant, the bottom left quadrant, where both the first and second coordinates are negative. This time you move up towards the x-axis and find that the first coordinate equals -3. Then move sideways to the right, towards the y-axis, and you'll find that the second coordinate equals -4, which means that the coordinates of point C are -3, -4. Only point D remains. It's in quadrant 4, the bottom right quadrant. Moving up towards the x-axis, you find that the first coordinate equals 3. Then moving sideways to the left, towards the y-axis, you find that the second coordinate equals -2. And there you go. The coordinates of point D are 3, -2. So always remember, when it comes to coordinates, x before y and you'll be fine. Regardless of which quadrant a point is in, the value of the first coordinate is read on the x-axis, and the value of the second coordinate is read on the y-axis. The signs of the coordinates depend on the quadrant where the point is placed.